Greetings, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To all loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon members. On the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Yeah, so if this is the first time you're at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we highly recommend subscribing to stay updated with our latest content. Hit the subscription button above, click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications whenever we at the Jamaica Young Police channel release a video. Remember that this channel is not an entertainment channel. You know, entertainment channels give you a average between 10 to 15 minutes. This is not an entertainment channel, so you have to go elsewhere if you want entertainment. Remember to give this video a thumbs up because you will find it helpful and informative. Please remember to share the video with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, mama, papa, side chick or side man, and tell them to tell a friend about the Jamaica Young Police channel. You can join the Patreon squad. By doing so, you will gain access to exclusive content that cannot be played on YouTube due to various restrictions. To unlock this untapped collection of videos, click the link in the description box below. Join our Patreon community allows you to explore contents that complies with laws, rules and regulations while avoiding disruption to our channel's functionalities. Douglas Chambers, who was killed by a PNP criminal organization members, and it came from the top, and to date the person who have given that order has not been arrested and charged for that murder. So you can go to Patreon and you'll be able to see the face and name of those persons. So thanks for your continued support and we look forward to providing you with exceptional content. So moving on to today's video. Seem like I tell you that this is one of the hardest live I've tried to done. Can you hear me? If you can't hear me, just let me, just give me a thumbs up because honestly, it seems like they don't want me to do this live at all. For some reason, I have all kind of technical problem, connection, this, connection, that, and the amount of time I have to reprocess for the live to go through, and for some reason it would not allow to start. But if you can hear me, just put a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me, so let me know so I can continue the live today. As you know, they don't want the truth to be known because remember, we're dealing with some people who are genetically evil. You understand? Yeah, so you're looking at the man. Yes, that's the man, Michael Manley. So whether or not you want to believe, some people, you see, at the Jamaica Young Police channel, I am just all about the truth. I am not here to massage anyone's ego. I am not here to create a cult. And any black person who believes that a white man is going to save black people from white man oppression, they're dumb. You understand? See, and white people and all, they are inherent evil. The British had sent Michael Manley to Jamaica, and one reason he came there was to destroy us as a people. So anyone who believes that a white man is going to save black man from white man oppression, they have another guest coming. So today we are talking about Michael Manley and the reference that people reference Michael Manley. And most people didn't know that Michael Manley was the man who was behind the shooting of Bob Marley. I know that Bob Marley's sons, Ziggy Marley, Damian Jr. Gang Marley, all of them, they don't even know that it was the PNP that was behind the shooting of Bob Marley. And I say that without any apologies. Those of you who have been listening to the series, the podcast, with with the son of Lenky Rai. Lenky Rai is one of the men. Lenky Rai and Joe Brown were the two shooters that shot Bob Marley. Yes, you know, whether or not you want to believe it. So that's how it is. You understand? Michael Manley was not a friend of black people. Michael Manley was just there in Jamaica to finish this, to destroy us as a people. So Bob Marley, so and the shooting of Bob Marley, and we are telling about the players them. Michael Manley and Alan Skillcole can tell you this. Those of you who know Alan Skillcole, if he is willing to open up like how Seeker and Burl are sporting up, I would say them not do it publicly, and them won't tell people them confide in, because they were very, very close to Bob Marley. One of the groundsmen who knew the men who shot Bob Marley, they had seen them before the shooting of Bob Marley that day. Special branch, that's the intelligence arm of the Jamaica Constabulary Force that the British have left to us. Special branch, along with the CIA, through the American embassy, had warned the Jamaican government, Michael Manley then, that there were people within the PMP community, gunmen, that wanted to kill Bob Marley. And they had sent the cable and everything, stating the reason why. Privately, so during at the time now, Michael Manley, in 1976, Michael Manley wanted Bob Marley to endorse him again for the second time. The reason why he won the first election, he was able to con Bob Marley. Because in 1976, this is just like how you have people right now in America who have remorse, upset about voting for Trump because they were in a cult. That was the same thing that happened to Bob Marley. And most people who are from concrete jungle and know this, they won't speak, because you have to understand it's a cult, loyalty to a cult and not to the truth. So they will protect each other. Even when you caught them red-handed, they will say it wasn't me. So I tell about the players who were involved in Bob Marley shooting. First, it was Michael Manley. So Michael Manley wanted Bob Marley in 1976 to come out publicly and endorse him for a second term. Bob Marley refused. Reason being, Michael Manley had called an illegal state of emergency after they had caught a man in Senton, a guy by the name of Spy Robinson. Even police who know about even this incident before I was born, before I was a cop. They don't talk about it, but they don't want to go on record because they don't want to create any enemies in them last days. Like for me, I don't care zero about that, because the truth is my guide. That is as simple as that. So I'm just talking from memory, because I am from the belly of the beast, where the baby born and now the baby become a grandparent all over Jamaica. So we have to get rid of it. We have to know the root of a problem to get rid of it. And we have to communicate with each other. You have some people here that can't communicate with. So after Spy Robinson, they had caught him in Senton. Spy Robinson, Lisa Anna, the same Lisa Anna, the pretty liar, they're the one who was originally a Labourite. Certain time people have no strong conviction about them, so them come like pretzel. Them can't change because them not have no core belief. Them not genuine. Them not no loyalty to truth or anything. These are people who are just inherently evil. You understand? So if Lisa Anna was a person who having a core belief, she would not switch from the Jamaica Labour Party to the PMP. But what they did know, the PMP used her, get her as the beauty queen for coming out. And guess what? She haven't done anything for her constituency. But she knows Spy Robinson, But the media, remember, so all local media, JBC, TVJ, which is TVJ, CVM, RGR, which all of the media houses in Jamaica, they are all PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporter. So they're not going to tell the Jamaican people the truth. So you don't read the Gleaner. Don't buy the Gleaner. Don't support them. Don't advertise with them. RGR, CVM and TVJ. It better go to some other, like Nationwide. Nationwide is the only news agency in Jamaica, news media, where you can trust the information that you're receiving. Because everything else, them hide it. If you notice, if you want any historical information about the wicked people them who destroy Jamaica, predominantly the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, you have to pay for it. Not them now make it get it free. And Jamaicans are pretty much predominantly poor people. So if you have to hide information like that for you don't want them, you don't want the people them to develop this form of independence where they are the ones who can determine them future and based on the information that them glean, them say yes, I want to ride with them kind of people here. As I tell you already though, so the man now you have a man who live right beside of my pathway now, a curry pathway named Turnerball. Turnerball and Bob Marley. Tight. The tight. But guess what? After Joe Brown and Lenky Rai is Turnerball brother in a curry pathway in a concrete jungle. They're my biggest family in a concrete jungle, you know. That's what you're doing. Douglas, Lenky Rice's son, him call, and I said, boy, me can't come from on this and that. And then when he realized now, say, oh, so he realized now, although for them family bigger, we have connection to the same criminal underworld. We're even more powerful than for them family because we have the number one brigadista, the number one sharpshooter, the man who can shoot the best, and plus we have other little foot soldier united them thing there. Plus you have men like Spurline, you understand what my mother schoolmate and all of them things. So that's why I'm starting quad. I understand say, you know I talk to an ordinary man from concrete jungle. You talk to a man where come from the belly of the beast, but choose to do the right thing, not to do the wrong. Because at no time I don't believe say I'm in no jail business of them thing there. You understand? And I don't believe say I supposed to be walking and looking behind me when I am walking and me can't have my gun for me. So that's why I become a police. And that's why I hate criminal with a passion because I don't believe in a people to violate other people's rights. So first when Michael Manley sent call Rita Marley alive, you know. I mean, I don't know if she remember because she have, she in a wheelchair. She remember Michael Manley sent call Bob Marley. Bob Marley said, "I'm not gonna meet him because Michael Manley live us a few chains up the road from Bob Marley. So you used to have two uniform police who got bodyguard Bob Marley because Special Branch and CIA told them say them are kill Bob Marley. Cause this side, remember the CIA and them have police, criminal and all them things that supply them information. So the information pass on to Michael Manley. So Bob Marley have bodyguard him 24 hours a day, uniform police. The day when the man shoot Bob Marley, Michael Manley would tell the police them from there. So at the time they move the police them, Seeker, one of Bob Marley drum on him thing, they must say, no, something right in him, I like this in a Bob. And him say, boy, I don't think it's safe for you to stay here and I leave. And him said, no, I'm not left. So Seeker did leave. So when Tony Spalding, Keebleman, DK Duncan, and all of them try visit down Bob Marley, try to get him to come out publicly to endorse Michael Manley. And him tell him in no uncertain way, him can't do that because Michael Manley is a tyrant. Him tell them that so Michael Manley is a tyrant. Although him said privately with him friend them, but he thought that he was talking with friends, these people. Because Michael Manley called a state emergency and I lock up people now got court and he lock up not only him opponent but he lock up Pierre Rasta. And Bob Marley say Rasta I love and at the time was the real bad man them, rude boy in Jamaica, Rasta. You understand? So Michael Manley now, so when them decide now, when everything now, so at first they were trying to get they were trying to get Alan Skillcole for talk to him, for change his mind. Alan Skillcole couldn't change his mind. Even when Bob Marley run from Upper Hope Road to Outer Harbour View, because them used to run daily, and them chat when them are run and all of them things. Nobody could convince him to come out and publicly support Michael Manley. But the same people them are East Kingston and all of these places, them love Bob Marley. So them couldn't get nobody out there for arm him and them thing when them are run. Because that would have him get chat in our PMP community. Said that would be a PMP. So them couldn't do it. Because I run through Michael Manley constituency. Daily. Because Bob Marley is a man who used to love run. Him run and then the VW come and pick him up. You understand? The man, the rest of man them. Alan Skillcole can tell you. So the day you know when I shoot him now on December 3rd, 1976 at 56 World War Road, the home of reggae legend Bob Marley, gunfire erupted in a politically charged attack that shot not only Jamaica but the entire world. Bob Marley was shot along with his wife Rita, manager Dan Taylor, and bandmate Louis Griffiths. Just 2 days before the Smile Jamaica concert, an event promoted by the government of Jamaica, Michael Manley. Get another thing now with this now. Bob Marley was not out there with Michael Manley to promote this. So because of that now, Michael Manley did vex about that too. He now promote the concert with them because I'm saying no politics. Reason why remember say everybody knows so Bob Marley was PMP, before them shoot him, But because of what Michael Manley did and the illegal state of emergency and start lock up people. Most Jamaicans, if you don't come from inner the especially like where I'm from Jonestown, Concrete Jungle, you're not gonna know about no man's land. No man's land is between Rima and Jonestown. I open a prison where rainfall, a soldier did man it, rainfall wet the prisoner, the sun come and dry them. And I just saw it right out in the open. The first person we know we're going out a man from in my yard. Blue boy, that's a Oliver Carpy from 30 Princeton Street, Mr. Boston. Him they get two gun, him they get a M16 and a 9mm pistol from Barrington, Hamilton, and Big Youth. So when them a crack down upon people, especially those of them feel them can't control, them lock them up first. Because them do not tell him say boy I'm to bring back the gun them. And him say nah give back no gun. So he knows one of them were go jail. So one Sunday we go down there and look for him and I just as youth I look and you understand you could have stay a little distance and people could have talk to them. A soldier never prevent you from doing that. Them tell you, so them tell you Michael Manley was a good man. That was concentration camp in a Jamaica. Most people do not know that. I tell you that from memory as a youth. All of these things I tell you from memory. People from my community, from Jonestown, Concrete Jungle and Jungle, they're not going to tell you this, because they were trained, cultured, socialized, and domesticated to be pathological liars. That is how you have to understand, as a human being, when you reach a certain age, when you reach a certain point in your life and you start differentiate between wrong and right, you have to either, if you choose wrong, you're going to continue upon the same path. If you choose right, you're going to change. So you're going to sound different, you're going to sound foreign. I am the first person. There's no other person from Jonestown or Jungle will tell you even more eventide. Many people, contact me, and guess what? The first thing when them do, before them start talking to me, I beg you, Chris, I don't want nobody hear me and them thing. Everything when you say about eventide that true, and them even call more name on them thing. Them don't want to go out there because them don't want to create no rift with nobody or no bad blood. But like for me, true me no care, because me I live by the truth. Me a free my conscience and my mind for what me know. Me not care a bird if no guy on a secret. I don't want a guy like me either, period. So that's how it go. So when them I tell you if you notice, when them I tell you say the labor them are evil, when I go say them not evil to but guess what? The labor them not brutal like the PMP them. Me I tell you that. When I talk about the mother and father of terrorism and wickedness, right there. Just look at the all. You see, most I want to know. You see, for Portia Simpson's constituency where Angela Brownberg, that was a labourite community, A people from even people in my family. And them kill the people them in a high-rise building and turn the community in a PMP through violence. So that's why we say we don't want no more of it. Michael Manley was a devil. And Michael Manley made them shoot Bob Marley. So I'll tell you how them do it. So, but remember, Bob Marley shooting was no random act of violence. It was a well-coordinated hit job, orchestrated in the shadows of Jamaican politics, gang warfare. Even the CIA did know about it and tell them, so boy, them are kill Bob Marley. PMP, and a labor right, a PMP, the CIA tell them, say I go kill Bob Marley, You understand? But guess what? As usual, them continue them thing and pretend like say them are clean and them not gonna do him anything. So Michael Manley and him acolytes them try to use intimidation tactics is forget Bob Marley to submit to them political agenda and him refuse. To understand who was involved, we have to break it down in a three power center: the politicians, the criminal enforcers, and the international intelligence elements. So the politicians involved directly are directly Michael Manley, the Prime Minister at the time of the Democratic Socialist. Manley was pushing Jamaica towards a leftist alignment with close ties to Fidel Castro Cuba. He used the Smile Jamaica concert as a political tool to promote unity, but critics say it was a veil of a political stunt to gain traction before the 1976 general election. Manley publicly denied any involvement in the shooting, but insider suspect a security force may have been aware of the tension brewing. Alright, so since Michael Manley now, remember saying it's Bob Marley when he win the first term, If Bob Marley then come out, because Bob Marley is a man that come from the poverty side of Jamaica, in the ghetto. That's right below where we come from and them thing. Those who know Bob Marley will come from Johnson and when Bob Marley used to walk and sell in music out of them kind of shine cardboard box there and them thing there. Shine. When I say shine, them the cardboard box them hard for tear up on them thing, but them shine and it have cover. When he used to walk and sell the music all through Jonestown, people who know him. So then now you have a man named Keebleman, DK Duncan, and them wicked Tony Spalding. These are the people who plan the assassination of Bob Marley. Michael Marley say no know, but him. All because Bob Marley the only person when I PMP will ever stand up to Michael Manley. And that's why them shoot him. So Keebleman, somebody know where you were. Keebleman, DK Duncan, that a Patricia Duncan Sutherland father, Imali Duncan father. That the man there Satan himself, And the found that say even same DK Duncan, the same PMP them, Tony Spalding and one of them try to kill him and them pies them. But we'll tell you that for another day. Yes, DK Duncan, PMP pies him and try to kill him before 1980 election. They must think them easy. And there's some nice people, but the midget, what's your name? Diane Jackson, she not gonna tell it and the others them in the media because all of them, because it's true them are PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters and activists, they're not going to tell you the truth because these people are inherently liars at heart. And people are liars, you cannot expect an honest liar. Liars are normally inherently evil and liar, and that's how these people are. Yeah, so when these people plan it now, so at the time now, after Bob Marley was shot, you know as usual, who are the who them come out now and start to point fingers at. So them involved say it was Siaga, the leader of the opposition, who later become prime minister, was viewed as many as a US favourite candidate during the Cold War. And his constituency, Tivoli Garden, was the JP strong well and known base for the shower posse operations. Siaga denied any link to any gunmen. Several of the attackers, them claim that were the PMP, put it out there, say them come from a JLP aligned Spangler's gang operated out of Tivoli. Alright. Spangler's gang, PMP them. You understand? Spangler's are not a labor. Spangler's gang are PMP. So at first, so this is what them did put out after, I show you how them dangerous, because most people don't understand how propaganda work, and all the fools believe liars, because there's no honest liar. If you know an honest liar and an honest criminal, show me one. So after the shooting at Bob Marley, we soon tell you what lead up to it, We tell you, so we'll give you a different, we'll give you, the elements and the enforcers. So first, this is what them said. Them said was Jim Brown, that I do this father, Lester Lloyd Cook. Them say it was him, the notorious JP aligned gangster and leader of the show posse. Jim Brown name surfaces repeatedly in conversation around political violence 1970s to 80s in Jamaica. While he was not confirmed to be present at the shooting, his gang control areas from which several gunmen originated from. So that's what they want to say. Then them talk about Bucky Marshall. Bucky Marshall in the development New York. Bucky Marshall was a rapist, Yeah, Bucky Marshall was a racist, was a spangler. And guess what? Jim Brown make them have a, Jim Brown, you know, from Tivoli and why him have a run, you know, from Jamaica go America, you know, and up America Jim Brown will kill him. I'm trying to rape one of Jim Brown's sister. Yeah, I'm telling forcing on that. Bucky Marshall. You understand? Jim Brown make them man have to run from Jamaica, you know, because him not trying to rape Jim Brown's sister. And from then Jim Brown El Ben say I kill him. And Jim Brown left all the way from Jamaica go New York go kill Bucky Marshall. Other people who say otherwise and they will tell you other thing. Then them say Claude Massop was involved in it. At the time when Bob Marley was shot, Claude Massop, the GP, a prison. The DA, you know, for sure the labor them or the PMP them stay. So after the Massop, after the you know the shooting and everything, Massop and Bob Marley, you know, they were friends, you know. And Massop was not behind the shooting. Although them say Massop was behind it, you know. PMP them say that, you know, Massop did a prison. Then they have them say the CIA involvement, the international hand, the black hand behind it. So Carlton Barrett, suspicious and American connection. Bob Marley drummer believed they were foreign operatives tied to the shooting. You know, and investigative journalist Timothy White in his book Catch a Fire position that the CIA operative may have assisted in planning the hit, fearing Bob Marley cultural influence and growing ties with leftist leaders like Michael Manley and Castro. Alright, all of that no, that wasn't true on them thing there. Cause in the long run, Bob Marley never idolized Fidel Castro. That's how people are telling you know. Cause when say Fidel Castro was an oppressive leader because the people them are Cuban have no rights. So Bob Marley message never aligned with Fidel Castro. So that's why you know see Bob Marley got Cuba and all of them things. Although my wife was born there, Rita Marley. Bob Marley was a man who believed in a democracy. And the state of emergency why him become enemy with Michael Manley. Even up to the time when him dead, Michael Manley wasn't a friend. Ask even him one pitney them. Them will tell you that. But although them same one, you know, the whole of them same one will praise Michael Manley because the father never impart certain things to them and tell them. And them never even know so the same man where them even at say a fiend brother shoot Bob Marley, Lenky Rai. So you have to understand you know how lion work, you know. Then you have Carl Kobe that a theory, the son of the former CIA. According to multiple documentaries and accounts including from Roger Stephen, Carl Kobe allegedly visit Bob Marley under the guise of a journalist or a photographer. And he gave Marley a pair of boots, and it had been theorized that a needle laced with radioactive or cancerous material was planted inside. Marley later developed cancer in his toe and the same place where he was poked while trying on the boots. While story remained unverified, many in Bob Marley's circle suspected the CIA didn't want Bob Marley alive much longer after the failed assassin attempt. So the victims and survivor of the shooting, Bob Marley shot in the arm and chest, the target of the assassination. Despite his injuries, Bob Marley performed at the Smile, Jamaica concert 2 days later with his injured arm in a sling, sending a defiant message to the attackers. Rita Marley shot in the head. She survived miraculously. The bullet grazed her skull, but her thick dreadlocks helped reduce the impact. Dan Taylor, the manager, he was severely wounded, taking multiple shots, but he survived. Then they have Lewis Griffiths, band member. He was also injured in the shooting. Who ordered it? So officially, you know, most of the crime they were commit when Michael Manley was Prime Minister and it was done on behalf of the PMP criminal organization. The case never solved. The case is never solved. Eventide murder, massacre, no solved. Orange Street, Gold Street massacre, and I can go on and on. These are not labor rights that commit the crimes, you know. These were PMP criminals. These are men that him sent to Cuba to train. So when you attack, and so when people are telling you all of these lies about the labor right, the man Tivoli and the JLP, the PMP, they are the mother and heart of criminality in Jamaica. Just look at the Klansman gang. One of your favorite blogger told you because him come from there, you know. If fish come from the bottom of the river and tell us a shark live down there, believe the fish. Most of the people them in a Spanish town are people that come from my community, their mother and father, and me know them mother and father, so me know them. and that they migrate. They were chased out of Jonestown, you know, because they were labeled as labor rights. But them still got Spanish Town and still arms up the PMP. I just saw it go. Because it's a cult, you know, no care what you do them. You can't kill all them mother and father and them still say them a PMP because them can't think. You understand? No one has ever been officially charged. But based on multiple investigative reports, memoirs, and inside testimony, it appears that a faction within the PMP, PMP criminal organization, you know, perhaps with the Cuba covert encouragement, them use men from jungle to send message to Marley. They saw his concert as an endorsement of the GLP because the reason why them say now the PMP now say the Bob Marley now endorse the labor because him not travel with Michael Manley and endorse Michael Manley. So that's one of the reasons why them chatting them say matter on labor right. That's why them a try kill him. The labor right, the PMP them a try kill him. Say them a try become labor right. So Marley respond music as a weapon. Instead of backing down, Bob Marley became even more defiant. Song like Ambush in the Night, Zimbabwe and Bad Card would later reflect the trauma and betrayal he experienced from his own people and his deeper understanding of global oppression. The shooting of Marley was more than an attempted murder. It was a calculated attack on black resistance, unity and cultural power. It was a moment when guns, politics and fear tried to silence truth. But Marley survived and used his music to echo across generations. To this day, the question remains, who really wanted Bob Marley dead? Michael Manley and the PMP. Michael Manley, DK Duncan, Keeberman, and Tony Spalding. And the others them in our party. And guess what? In our PMP, there was no dissent. To this date, you cannot provide 1 ounce of evidence to show that when the liberate them attack anyone at the PMP them up at PMP headquarters or hurt anyone. But PMP left there that Bory Boy and fed them up and kill a GLP watchman out there and not come outside because PMP didn't have power. The police and the PMP were peas in a pod, criminals. Bory Boy and fed them up, the murder 60-year-old watchman for the Jamaica Labour Party at GLP headquarters and not come outside. So you have to understand. That's why I tell you, so we can't make no next white man take over our country. You understand? So, the real story behind the shooting of Bob Marley, Jonestown and Concrete Jungle gunmen, Manley's silence and the PMP criminal organization masterful cover-up. Most Jamaicans today walk around with a manufactured version of history, a lie wrapped in propaganda, a deception so skillful that the real gunmen who tried to assassinate Bob Marley on December 3rd, 1976 have been shielding while innocent men from Tivoli Gardens have been painted as villains. Yes. Let's set the record straight. So the target was Bob Marley, cultural weapon, or a threat to power. All because Bob Marley hit out for Michael Manley privately and said Michael Manley is a tyrant and a wicked man because I state an emergency. People could have vexed to come out, or just the truth. You understand? Because Michael Manley didn't want a dissent. When Michael Manley won the second turn, he didn't win it on a democratic ideals. He win it on a oppressive. He lock up the labor right them, lock them up with no charge. Because I remember same try to kill Michael Edward Siaga, you know, with the brother named Spy Robinson. Our police were in a serve like all the Garnet. Most of the police them, you know, during them time they were in the police was, you know, most of them are PMP, you know. Them not coming up. Them not come upon the Jamaica young police and say, oh, where I say a lie, you know, because I can't go even in depth. Although I was with police, I was right there. You understand? So Bob Marley wasn't just a musician. He was a revolutionary force. His lyrics were more powerful than any manifesto. He was the voice of the ghetto, the oppressed, the broken, and the hopeful. And guess what? Michael Manley used him to ride and become the Prime Minister of Jamaica for the first term. Yes. Remember, you know, Michael Manley, you know, brought him. Michael Manley is not a Jamaican, you know. Michael Manley is a man born in Britain, just like Mark Gummerbeer Golding. So the crown sent him down here too, you know. to come destroy we as a people. Michael Manley are the one we paint, we poison the mind of Jamaican people, you know. Poison it, you know. Because I'm wickedness, you know, man. Michael Manley was the epitome of evil, you know. Michael Manley, the only thing good about Michael Manley was the oxygen that him breathe in and breathe out. So don't let nobody fool you and tell us that Michael Manley was a good man. No person was good. Don't set up other people to destroy the life of others. When you're good, you do good things. You understand? And he was a good person. So Bob Marley, he refused to endorse Michael Manley or Edward Seaga. Seaga did not know say Bob Marley is a PMP. Because Trenchtown a PMP community. Which are we born Trenchtown was worse. Jonestown was a much upper class community to Trenchtown. Trenchtown are where people them like literally people you call them parasite. I don't know the most like thief them come from a broke the store them and thief and rob and I just saw it used to go back then, you know. See how help modernize Jamaica and create jobs and all of them things. Because back then, even people working in a bank, if you're black, you can't get work in a bank, you know, you have to, like some member of my father's side of family, where I have long hair and they mix and all them. Black people, you can't get no work in a bank and them things, you know, and that's how it go. But you know, that did eventually change. You understand? So choosing instead, so Bob Marley now him choose instead to stand for unity and the people. But that neutral stance made him dangerous, especially when the Smile Jamaica concert was hijacked by the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization as a political event. Bob Marley do want Smile Jamaica for those was a peace concert, unite Jamaica. Michael Manley hijacked it because my prime minister. See how Michael Manley because he my prime minister and he my opposition leader. Michael Manley, then the prime minister and leader of the PMP criminal organization, you know, so now it's a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, knew that Bob Marley refusal to take a side pose a threat. And based on declassified CIA and special brand intelligence, there were real threats coming from the PMP criminal organization operatives themselves. So what did Michael Manley do? He withdrew the police protection. Bob Marley had 2 police officers bodyguarding him in uniform to protect him. Because the special branch and CIA tell the government say them have information say they're going to kill Bob Marley. Because that was the plan and it go right back to which I come from, Jonestown, Jungle, Tony Sparling. Because the best when they talk about the top brigadistas them back in that time then, I really Jonestown, Jungle them reside. The one them from outer east, them weren't sharpshooter as the men them from my community. Like all that Tony like Anthony Tinger, General Starkey, 1 shot, 1 kill with the M16. And as I said before and I say again, you have people in my family and them thing they were all corrosion and them thing. So I just that. So based on that now, these were the most dangerous criminals back then in a Michael Manley arsenal against the Jamaican people. So our man like that now, you gotta say him is a good man. A man where send 2,500 young men to Cuba to train to kill Jamaican people for power. Most people don't know that. Jonestown, the seat where Mark Gummerbeer Golden get. That is a seat, you know, that when Tony Sparling won that seat, you know, he won it by less than 200, you know. And them said they have to kill at least 200 people from Rima. And that's how the war start. A black man, you know. Him come from Trenchtown, you know. And him said they have to kill at least 200 people for just make him maintain power. And I said, so that place now become a PMP enclave. And look for the people that live there. Majority of them poor, illiterate, uneducated, dummies. So that's how them create. And when I talk about poverty, if you just look at these people, them face, you understand? Men, women, boys, you can't see the stress and poverty, just you can't cut it in our ear. But these people, you know, they will blame everybody else to them problem except themselves because them don't encourage them children to, you know, to embrace education and tell them say education is the key. No, them know that. Them believe say boy, you know, wherever you have, you must give them. And that's our philosophy of the worthless philosophy where Michael Manley imparted to them. Beggy. You understand? So when Michael Manley withdrew the police protection at Bob Marley residence at 56 Hope Road, the day before them shoot him, that's not coincidence. And that is, and some people that say it's a conspiracy. That is not conspiracy. That was something them put in a motion. Because him knows this at the time now them are kill him. Because him, you know, Bob Marley at the time are the most powerful voice in Jamaica, apart from Michael Manley. Michael Manley was charismatic, but they fear that at the Smile Jamaica concert now, Bob Marley is going to end as Edward Seaga there because him denounced Michael Manley privately. He never do it publicly, you know. So them feast on the Smile Jamaica concert, Bob Marley now I go end as Seaga because Bob Marley have a disdain and a personal hate for Michael Manley because him call him tyrant. For somebody who did embrace and then them call you tyrant. I say going like criminal underworld, you know. And once you realize, boy, the person where you think did good are evil, and you start distancing yourself from them, then now the person has said, no, you for dead. I say God criminal, you know. You understand? You know a man for your youth and them do something and you talk to them about it. Instead of them say, boy, you know, so them say true, them say, boy, you're dead, you for dead, because you chat too much. So that's the reason why them decide so them have to kill Bob Marley, because Bob Marley don't endorse him. So the Smile Jamaica concert, that is where Michael Manley, them think now, them believe that Bob Marley is going to end as Edward Seaga. Because him say Michael Manley is a tyrant. Michael Manley, we have concentration camp in Jamaica, you know. So the blaming Tivoli Gardens and the JLP for decades, Jamaicans have been taught to blame the JLP affiliated Tivoli Gardens enforcers. Namely Claudius Massop and Lester Lloyd Cook, aka Jim Brown, for the shooting. But here's what they don't tell you. Claudius Massop was in custody at the time of the attack. He was not in Tivoli. He was not at Hope Road. He could not have pulled the trigger. In fact, Massop helped broke a peace meeting with Bob Marley after the shooting to ensure his safety. Jim Brown, while a field enforcer, was not the shooter. The man was actually carried out of the attack. We're from Jonestown and Concrete Jungle, both PMP stronghold, known for hubs of gunmen loyal to the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, political cause. The real gunmen, Jonestown and Concrete Jungle, killers. First, yes, this is for Marley, them, you know, Ziggy Marley, Damien, Junior Gang Marley, all of them, we are buy gun, give people at Trenchtown, we kill people at Tivoli, because they say a Tivoli man shooting the father. I will on a dummy, you know, come from down there. It's Lenkirai, that's a turnabout brother, we shooting the father. Turnabout, a curry pathway, where what Uno used to mine before him dead. You see him Ziggy Marley, and Uno used to mine it, yeah, and them see him and tell him, say a man from Tivoli shooting the father. But we're telling you the real shooter them. Because all of the people them will not tell life on say Claudius Massop and Jim Brown and this and that. The labor them are more peaceful people, them are more strategic when them for them criminality. These are more business like people. Them are not the kind of criminal them and terrorists like the PMP. Because the labor them not burn down people's house. They may kill little pitney and all of them things like what them doing in my community. You understand? So, the individual who executed the attack were known within the intelligence community and local police rank. These men were known gunmen who operated out of Jonestown and Concrete Jungle, Kingston 12. They were closely aligned to the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, political machinery, receiving protection and assignment from party bosses and Canadians tied to Michael Manley's base. Them are direct motive, silence Marley or intimidate him into public alignment with Manley's government before the general election. See him like how them do with Malcolm X. I see him thing them do with Bob Marley. Same people them where Bob Marley did inner arms with them, and them see him and turn upon him. So you can't think. You can't think for yourself and differentiate between what is right and what is wrong. You must everything when them do right. So we see Lisa Anna put up Bob Marley photograph behind her and them thing. I said, them people are fraud, you know. I mean, still call them people are wicked. And them see man shoot the man, you know, all because the man refused from endorsing Michael Manley for a second term because I'm say Michael Manley was a tyrant. Nobody not gonna tell you that because most Jamaicans them afraid, you know. Whether or not you want to believe it, you know. Most Jamaicans afraid to speak the truth about Michael Manley. I am the first person who telling you the truth. So Michael Manley was a devil. I don't care nobody wants. I don't care who want to like me or who don't want to who want to deal with me. Cause any idea them thing, they tell me dead. Me not answer. None of them can pass judgment against my soul and my conscience clear. So these weren't GLP aligned thugs. These were political soldiers operated in PMP criminal organization zones, acting on orders that were whispered from above, shielded by those who wore suits and claimed to be revolutionaries. So the smoking gun, Manley removed Marley's police protection. So, alright. So all of the people them in a Bob Marley family, him children them, if you don't have sense now, the one named Ziggy Marley, because I think me if I think I'm old, a little bit older than Ziggy Marley, you know. If Ziggy Marley have sense, you know, he will not understand now. Alright, two police are their bodyguard your father, and the day them take away bodyguard them, the only person have the powers to remove the bodyguard them, the police them your bodyguard your father, was the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So on God's earth you're gonna say a labor right shoot your father. Does make that make sense? Your father did the months after them say them kill your father. And him say him now left Jamaica. Because I'm a Jamaican. But him no know say, you know, when he come out to PMP now no loyalty to nobody. I just see party. Them see him as an obstacle. And they thought that Bob Marley was going to end us in Edward Seaga. If him said that, Seaga run away the 76 election. Although Michael Manley lose the election, you know, I think them thief it. The state of emergency, and that's why we come on an embargo. Because Michael Manley lock up his opponent. Will never happen yet in the history of Jamaica. Michael Manley is the only prime minister, a man born in Britain, lock up Jamaican because of them political belief. Not because they commit no crime. And lock them up and no charges against them. You won't hear that from your Dean Jackson Miller. You won't hear it from the others them. When the rear admiral guy where 70 year old live with his mother. Never Bell, and then you have one named Simone Clark or something like that, or up on TVJ. You never hear that from them because they are not there to educate black people. They are there to maintain the status quo, to keep you ignorant and blind. As me, I'm just doing this because you don't know the amount of fight where we get if we speak the truth. Them try all kind of things for bribery, and them can't bribe because we not take no bribe from no guy. When I said the special branch and the CIA had already alerted the government that there were credible threats to Bob Marley's life. And the threats were internal, coming from the PMP criminal organization own quarters. So you know, so the CIA special branch have information and then pass it on to the government. Guess what now? I move someone at it and I say, oh, this is a conspiracy. Why you think the PMP them get rid of special branch? If we have special branch, you know, you just see Mark Goldenberg certificate publicly. PMP get rid of special branch. The same PMP Porsche seem similar. Because them already have things put in place to bring another white man to Jamaica for destroy away. Another big belly white man. So instead of increasing security, Michael Manley left Marley vulnerable. If Marley was a complicit, then why would he take away the only layer of official protection Bob Marley had? I just ask dummy, you know, people are dumb and fool. Since as uno believe now, say, a Tivoli people shoot Bob Marley, why Michael Manley take with the two police them that were there bodyguarding Bob Marley the day before them shot him in the night? And then after them shoot Bob Marley, them return back the police them. Make that make sense? The police them all is at the 24/7s. The man in their house, when them sleeping in them uniform, because Bob Marley never make them stay out the door. You understand? Bob Marley give them a place and make them sleep because he knows the threat was real against him life. And Michael Manley moved the two police them the same day him get shot. All the labor right for know about that. No say boy man move them and then them coordinate up the thing and carry out them thing. If Manley was a complicit, why would he take away the only layer of protection for Bob Marley? So the aftermath. A concert, a cover-up, and a cultural betrayal. So, 2 days, after a shooting, with the bullet lodged in his arm, Bob Marley stepped onto the stage at Smile Jamaica concert and gave a historic performance. He didn't do it for Manley. He did it for the people. And at no time, he never endorsed or big up Michael Manley. No time on the stage. Watch the video. Although more the two of them and Michael Manley and Sierra, he never big up Michael Manley. As what he used to do. Never, he not do it. He never even talk to Michael Manley up to the time when him dead. And if you look even at him funeral, look at which politician praise him. But we're soon going at that time thing there because we have to understand, You have people you can give them pies if you drink and tell them say somebody else I got dead and them drinking. But that concert would be used by the PNP as a false flag, a political chess move to make it look as if Marley was endorsing them. Behind the scene, the PNP quickly launched a disinformation campaign, blaming the Jamaica Labour Party and labeling Massop and Jim Brown as the masterminds, when in reality, the shooters were PNP, criminal organization colours, and reporting to Manley's lieutenants in the garrisons. To this day, that lie lives on, so we try to make the truth known. The truth must be told. The PNP criminal organization knew Bob Marley was under threat. Michael Manley removed police protection the day before the attack. The shooters come from PNP strongholds, not Tivoli Gardens. Claude Massop and Jim Brown were framed to protect the real conspirators. Reminder, you see the PNP, them just like the Russian, anything you hear them blame the other side for is something what them do. Tell me, I tell you that. So the legacy reclaiming Bob Marley from a political exploitation. Bob Marley didn't die that day, but something inside him changed. It saw with clear eyes that Jamaica had become a battlefield where politicians use bullets and propaganda to control the minds of the poor. Today it is our duty to correct the record and expose the lies that have been fed to our people. The shooting of Bob Marley was an inside job, orchestrated within the belly of the beast, of the very political beast he sought to avoid. Michael Manley, for all his flowery speeches and so-called democratic socialism, knew more than he let on. And if truth matters, then Jamaican people deserve to hear it, raw, unfiltered, and unafraid. So why they really shot Bob Marley? The untold story of Michael Manley, tyranny, state of emergency, and Bob Marley's rejection of evil. Most Jamaicans know that the music of Bob Marley, but few know the man. His political awakening, his betrayal by the system, and the calculated attempt to silence him with bullets on December 3rd, 1976. This was no robbery gone wrong. It wasn't random gang violence. It was a state-sanctioned political terrorism rooted in Michael Manley's iron-fisted abuse of power and Bob Marley's courageous refusal to endorse evil again. Let me repeat that, Bob Marley's courageous refusal to endorse evil again. So 1976, on a tyrannical state of emergency, on June 19, 1976, then Michael Manley, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, leader of the PNP criminal organization, declared a state of emergency under the guise of fighting crime. But make no mistake, this was not about public safety, it was about political suppression. Hundreds of JP alignment, many of them Marley's friends, musicians, and community youth were rounded up and thrown into makeshift detention centers. Them call them no man's land. Red Fence at Upper Camp became a political prison, like for men like Colonel Charles. We don't know him forgive Michael Manley. I would not forgive him. And to $12 I say, oh, forgive what? You can't come lock me up innocently because through me a labor right. I don't know how him do that. But I feel him think that I never forgive him. Even DK Duncan said in front of Colonel Charles or Michael Manley. So he don't know how Colonel Charles forgive Michael Manley, but he don't forgive him. Them time DK Duncan take Michael Manley wife. Yeah man, Beverly Anderson. The one you say I walk with Kane and I walk like snail. All them are wicked too, So then you have a sinister open air prison called No Man's Land. It was created a hellhole where mostly Rastafarians and so-called rude boys were detained without charge. Michael Manley do that. Take away people them rights. I saw fascism going on. Fascism start by yeah. Fascinate the dumb yeah. Fascism start and they fascinate the idiots and then what they do they go after the intelligence one them to keep them silent. Just like what you say I go in America. I saw fascism start. Fascism fascinate the idiots them. That I poor, the illiterate them, and you tell them all a nice thing. And then now when it are creeping, their job is to really shut down the intelligent people. So that's what I see Donald Trump are doing in America. With you see them fire the people them from CNN, MSNBC, people that talk up things against them. And ABC, CBS, and all of them are caving. So at time democracy start falling, but I people them, it up to the people them if them want that. So you can see the resistance is real. You see him keep him in parade the other day and you hear a tank a squeal. And in fact, I realize the people don't like him. American people don't like the direction of the country are going. But hey, I feel them think America was always a racist country. I do even have a video about that, one of them there. So people in Jamaica they have no due process, no trials, no human rights, just Manley's will imposed with brute force. This was Manley's Jamaica, a nation and a dictatorship. This guy's has progress. Marley's awakening. I endorse evil and him say never again. That's how Bob Marley say. Alan Skillcole is still alive. Him can't say it. Seeker and Burl and them people that were close to Bob Marley and close to my mother and my auntie. Them I've taught what them say. So back in 1972, a young idealistic Bob Marley was deceived by Manley's promise of uplifting the poor and respecting Rastafari culture. He lent his voice and influence to help the PMP criminal organization to win. What he never did know, because by the time Bob Marley used to read that much, was that Marcus Garvey, our Jamaica's first national hero, was thumped the Michael Manley father, Norman Manley, for calling him a nigger. And I saw him go to prison. So that's why you never hear Michael Manley talk about Marcus Garvey. Because his father, Michael Manley's father, and Buster Manley, who are cousins, they have a disdain for him. But now you see PMP hug up Marcus Garvey, in which they never like Garvey because if it was a Siaga, you see him and see him Rasta them eat Edward Siaga and him put his political career on the line along with Garvey's wife and fight and bring back him body come to Jamaica. Marcus Garvey. If it was the PMP, them alone, them say when Marcus Garvey returned to Jamaica, them to bury him upside down. Norman Manley said that and Buster Manley said that. It's in the archives. You have a pay feed. You understand? And those of you, oh boy, send it to me. You go and go pay feed too. I mean, I have nothing to send come go now. I want to go pay feed. So Marley let him voice and email Michael Manley win. But by 1976, the betrayal was complete. Marley had seen his Rastas Rasta virgin being beaten, jail, disappear. Some of them get trimmed. Because during Michael Manley time, Rasta, them did not press Rasta, I tell you, Although you hear the Rasta them attack, in the 80s, police don't abuse Rasta, in the 70s, but yet, they make it like us. Like, when Siaga was Prime Minister, Siaga have the utmost respect for Rasta. Police never used to abuse Rasta in us. In a Michael Manley time, my family and my them thing. Them time the police use all pliers and take out your teeth. Ask any police in the 70s. Worse if the police them feel say you're a labor right, or you having a labor right inclination. They might use pliers and take out your teeth. Pliers where you or rusty pliers police Jamaican police. They have a cousin of them thing they go to jail upon my mother country and a Tony Sparling make him come out. One police near owners. Them only man one place near clubhouse and dance and man them tell a lie how much police man kill. Lie them not tell them, I call him name. You understand? Them tell me a little boy I'm there, you understand? In a 80. And you understand? Man them beat him and you I tell you. Because and a Jonestown man born and grow. Yeah. And him say boy, oh him a labor right. That them say, and the man, I tell you, because he come from town. Because them I say, wait, how him talk, so. You understand? But the people, I see him people, them, upper country and them thing there, And them did tell police all kind of thing. But nothing never goes up. Tony Spalding get him out. You understand? And him come back up. Him come back up the 2 times still. But from me left, me never sleep back up there, Rasta. So anyway, moving on. So so Bob Marley watch as Michael Manley turn the state into a weapon, locking up his political opponents under the Emergency Act, while criminals loyal to the PNP run wild with impunity. Boy, and fed them up on them criminally. None of them go to jail. Or even police is afraid. Them man used to beat up all police. Beat up police. You understand? And see how gonna make all them things that start come out, criminal can beat up police. See how gonna make a put gunshot upon them. So Bob Marley privately began calling Michael Manley a tyrant and an evil man. According to those closest to him, Marley told confidence he regretted endorsing Manley in 1972, calling it the biggest mistake of his life. He had awakening to the true nature of Jamaican politics, a system where both parties use the poor as pawns. So the pressure to endorse Manley again. As the Smile Jamaica concert approached, Michael Manley and senior PNP criminal organization officials were desperate. They had imprisoned their opponents, declared a police state, alienate the youth and Rastafarians, and were bleeding international support due to the growing report of human rights abuses. They needed Marley, Jamaica's prophet, the people's voice, the global superstar, to stand next to Manley and legitimize the regime. But Marley said no. He refused to publicly endorse Michael Manley, a man he now saw as a dictator, not a liberator. And that was when the decision was made. If Marley would not bow, then Marley had to go. The setup, removal of Marley's security. Just 24 hours before the shooting, Michael Manley ordered the removal of 2 police officers assigned to Bob Marley's home at 56 Hope Road. Despite being warned by Special Branch, that are Jamaica Special Branch, Intelligence and CIA, that Marley was a marked man and the threat was coming from within the PNP criminal organization. Own violent enforcers, Manley deliberately left him unprotected. And that was no accident. That was orchestration. So the shooting carried out by men from Concrete Jungle. On December 3rd, 1976, a team of armed men, not from Tivoli Gardens, as the PNP LGBTQ plus propaganda machine would later claim, but from Concrete Jungle and Jonestown, both PNP controlled areas, stormed Bob Marley's home, firing indiscriminately. Bob Marley was shot in the arm and chest. Rita Marley was shot in the head. Dan Taylor, the manager, took multiple bullets. Louis Griffiths was injured. None of them died, but the message was clear. Stay in your lane, or next time we'll finish the job. The cover-up blamed the JLP, distract the public. Almost instantly, the PNP criminal organization launched a cover-up campaign, pointing finger at Lester, Jim Brown Coke, and Claudia Massop. Both men were associated with Tivoli Gardens, the JLP base. But here's the truth, Massop was in prison at the time. Jim Brown had nothing to do with the hit. The real shooters, confirmed by insiders and surviving witnesses, were PNP criminal organization aligned gangsters from the very communities Manley depend on for the votes and violence. Spurline, even George Pang still alive. George Pang no, so what may I say now, true. Now the Barrington Hamilton drive the vehicle, Tony was sitting there as the observer, Lenky Rai, that a turnabout brother in our back, and Joe Brown, them 2 men there, them shoot Bob Marley. If you just look on all the photograph with Bob Marley, Tech Life, Tony Welsh, and Claudia Massop, you can see the tension in the room when them go to England with Tony Welsh, because Bob Marley knows that Tony Welsh was behind him shooting. Because he was there, and the police named Barrington Hamilton. That's why I'm dead bad enough. Bob Marley was targeted because he stood for peace, unity, and independence of thought. He was shot because he refused to be a pawn of tyranny. Michael Manley, despite his carefully curated public image, knew what was coming and allowed it to happen, possibly even sanction it. The Jamaican people have been lied. felt this big lie that the GLP shot Marley. But the evidence showed that the real enemies were inside the PMP criminal organization, wearing suits the day and arming gunmen at night. Bob Marley words ring louder than ever. They tried to kill me, but they didn't kill the message. Now it's up to us to carry the message forward. Not not the message of party politics, but the message of truth, courage, and uncompromising resistance to evil, no matter what color it wears. So the true names, faces, and political cover-up of the 1976 assassination attempt for nearly 50 years, the Jamaican public has been fed a strategic lie about the men who tried to assassinate the country's greatest musical prophet, Robert Nesta Marley. That lie was deliberately crafted to protect the real shooters, who were deeply embedded in the PMP criminal organization, political garrisons in Kingston 12, and far as blame the GLP and Tivoli Gardens men, especially Jim Brown and Claude Massop, who had nothing to do with the attack. The reason still though, the PMP them would have more, and you saw like funny, the PMP them would have more sharp shooter, because them said them are keep a train. But the thing where them never have, the only thing with the PMP them have to operate in a group. The liberate them like Claude Massop and Jim Brown, them never need no group to stand up to nobody. So them did have the willpower and the mind just by themselves to do things. But the PMP them have to operate like a gang to do what they want to do. So the main so but today the truth will reveal with names, places, and motive. The main car and the real shooters. The car that carried the attacker was not some unknown ghost vehicle. It was a well identified car, and its occupants were known gunmen with all ties to Concrete Jungle, which is a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization community. That's where I'm from. Yeah, garrison structure. So here are the men who were in the main car on December 3rd when Bob Marley was shot. One, the driver, Barrington Hamilton. Barrington Hamilton was a known badman police. I'm a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporter, activist. Them man the fire labor, them man, hey, all of me the man used to come with a police car, police vehicle, and just come pick up gunmen. Gunmen in a police vehicle, mark police vehicle. Them time before PMP change our like logo, because we used to have the logo with the police and say 119 and you see it have a logo on it. You understand? I PMP and them change the logo of the police vehicle because that's what you can identify the police vehicle. Yeah, see the logo right there. If you look right where you see the police, that was the logo that used to be on police vehicle back then. And it have number and all of these things. That that was in the 80s that's something come from over in the 70s to 80s. I PMP, get rid of the logo, and the number them off a vehicle them. I'm turning them in a white because them want the criminal them to see vehicle them from far. So what them used to do now, when the PMP them used to pick up the murderer them in a police vehicle them for kill same Jamaicans, Yeah, same Jamaican. What they did, them come in a community and you see man them with them M16. I go in a police vehicle them. And you know see after that they hear whole heap of shot down a Rima. And then them come back and them boast and say much liberate them just kill. Just like that. The people them in a Rima now, them telling the press, the people them would tell the press them says police do the shooting. But guess what now? At the time there was no number on the vehicle them, that's why the vehicle them did come with number. You see like how you see the police logo, then you'd have the number, and every vehicle have its own division. But back then now, the vehicle them just have the logo and then on a division. I see how I go do that, so you can't able to identify the police vehicle. Because the police, the police were operating as terrorists against the Jamaica Labour Party. People them in a Kingston metropolitan area. If you live in them area, the chance of you getting killed just to live in a liberal community is high from police. So that's why when people see police back then in a liberal community, them would have move forward and challenge the police them or run. And them know say police wasn't their friends. So the front passenger down that I want to observe now, he want name Tony Welsh. He was a done for concrete jungle. Them man decide who will live and who dead. He didn't end up become a foreign involved in the drugs, then he get deported. Yeah, youth in a talk about him the other day and you know a man who got to school with Dudus. So he was Satan himself. So now when I rear now, in a back seat I can now, you have Lenky Roy. That's a brother of turnabout from Curry Pathway, Concrete Jungle, Kingston 12. Lenky Roy was one of the trigger men. His family ties and operation were embedded deep in the political enforcers structure that served the PMP criminal organization during its most violent years. Then they have a man named Joe Brown. After that, you know, them see him on kill all Joe Brown, you know, and them tell lies say him violate. Them see him on, you know, kill him, you know. We don't know how a man become criminal. I see him PMP, them kill Joe Brown, you know. So these men were the ones who stormed Bob Marley's home at 56 Oak Road and unleashed a barrage of bullets, hitting Bob and his wife Rita, his manager Dan Taylor, and others in his inner circle. So why they did it? Bob Marley refused to bow to Michael Manley. That's it. Bob Marley had refused to endorse Michael Manley in 1976 election, unlike in 72 when he had been duped into believing Manley stood for the people. Most Jamaicans, if you, any of you, who can point to one government official that the Labour right them kill, I show say Labour right them, they are not violent as the PMP, you know. They may walk and trouble people, even the youth that when they go to school, they come from a Labour right community. They were more mature, and these were more intelligent youth them than and them when they come on to how them behave, so them never have no anti-social behavior. They were no chucky boo, and they never used to do no outlandish and no crazy things when we go to school. These are usually just come and them focus. I don't know, so them come from Rima, Tivoli, or Southside, or any other Labour right here. The man are used to a chucky boo, and unlike the youth that come from my community, where you know say, boy, it's like if you come from Jonestown, you have to be a bad man. Them know a total different thing. So but by 1976, Marley had seen Manley's true face, a tyrant who declared state of emergency, locking up opposition members in red fence at Upper Camp, and a man who created no man's land, an open air prison where young black men, mostly Rastafarian, were detained without charge. Only people who come from the Kingston metropolitan area will know that by my community. So I tell them things from memory. Whoop me out. Them say Siaga wicked, or Siaga never, and Siaga never give you no open air prison. Siaga never lock up no PMP. And yet them say Michael Manley a good man. That's why I tell you say Michael Manley was evil. Michael Manley tried to kill Bob Marley. You understand? Even up to when Bob Marley dead, Bob Marley never had nothing name. Marley saw through it all, and he refused to align. He called Manley a wicked man, a tyrant, and an evil privately, but firmly, that sealed his fate. So when Bob Marley stand up now to Michael Manley, that is where him become enemy of the PMP criminal organization. How dare you? Because the PMP is a cult, you know. If you're in a cult, you're not supposed to come out. The only way you can come out unless you're dead. Michael Manley personally ordered the removal of the two uniformed police officers who were stationed at Marley's home. If him never did know so they might kill Bob Marley, he wouldn't move them. If him love Bob Marley, if Michael Manley did love Bob Marley, you think Michael Manley would have made them move the two police them? And now him have film pitting them. Oh boy, them a buy gun, give man a Tivoli. Buy gun, you know, I give man men a Trenchtown to kill people kill people at Tivoli Garden. Say at Tivoli Garden shoot them father. Such a dummy them. I give enemies them weapon to kill people at them never do anything to your father. Because they must up the prison and Jim Brown never nowhere near there. And this was not negligent. It was deliberate what Michael Manley did. So after the shooting, Bob Marley left for England in 1977. He didn't just leave for medical reasons. He left because he knew that the same people who were shaking his hands in public were trying to kill him in private. Marley understood that his enemies weren't in Tivoli Gardens. That's why when he returned to Jamaica in 1976, he didn't go back running back to Hope Road or political photo ops. No. He went straight to Tivoli Gardens where he played football with the same youth the system demonized because he knew Tivoli Gardens did not shoot him. So all of the fool them were telling say I labor right through Bob Marley. Bob Marley, him never still him should have talked and tell him children them, you understand? Maybe them they too young for him tell them, but him could at least write them thing there. And him could have tell Sidney Breakspear too. And make him know say them people are shoot me. But him not talk cause the informer thing when them impart to him in a trench town by the PMP. Cause so it going there come from PMP community, you know. Yeah, talk and dead. Keep your mouth silent and live. So that's how them normalize informer and say informer for dead. And them do it, you know. Nobody else do it, you know. PMP them do that, you know. And them say informer for dead. And them started, you know. You understand? So after them try for them kill Bob Marley and him come back, Bob Marley never come back a jungle. He never did on a turn, he never come on a curry party or a scare field. Nowhere in a jungle. Bob Marley start par down at Tivoli Gardens. But yet them still were able to successfully tell the Jamaican people, say people them at Tivoli Gardens shoot Bob Marley. But yet the same man when them say shoot Bob Marley, you know, him and Bob Marley, Claude Massop, was big friend and Jim Brown. Because they were his protector and take life. If you look on the picture with Tony Welsh, Bob Marley, take life, and Claude Massop, you can see the tension and thus the expression on Tony Welsh, you see a guilty conscience right there. Because that one assignment when him never get to finish. Because they never kill Bob Marley. Them shut him up, but they never get to kill him. And the worst part about it, I didn't lie what them tell upon the people them at Tivoli Garden. Seem like what them tell lie. But Eventide. All of the criminality that done during Michael Manley, Prime Minister, there's no arrest because the police were in tandem with the PMP gunmen them. Me not ask you, I tell you that. You see all police and gunmen in my community, what them they are drink and all kind of thing. All of them. That's why some of them say even all police used to give them shot. You have police who say that West Kingston. When me people say, hey boy, him give me shot, you know. You understand? Yeah, so it was Joe Brown and Lenky Roy. They are the shooter who shoot Bob Marley. So all of the other names that them call, I just like them tell. But the PMP were the ones that were responsible for it. When Bob Marley returned from England, Bob Marley never venture in a Jonestown or Concrete Jungle again. Because I know say I seen people them up there shoot, try kill him. At Tivoli Garden him start spar. So let me say him turn labor. And on labor the man turn, the man just stay away from him. Him know who was him friend and stay far from him enemies. Ask George Pang and all of them. Bob Marley never come back at Jonestown or Concrete Jungle after him get shot. Never set foot up there. Why is Turnabout man I try to convince him say I lie and my brother shoot and a Lenky right. But hey, in a long run, they were able to convince its children them. So hey, I liberate them to do that. And look, I just saw it go. The PMP propaganda machine desperate to shift blame. Frame Claude Massop and Lester Jim Brown Cook, claiming they had led the hit team from Tivoli Gardens. But Massop was in prison at the time of the shooting. Jim Brown had no operational link to the attack and was actually among those advocating peace post-shooting. So this files was designed to protect the true gunmen, who the PMP criminal organization used as foot soldiers. So this was to protect Barrington, Hamilton, and one dirty police that in a man. Him and one next one named Big Youth. That's why I told the Jamaican people that this policeman named Rowan James, the former chairman of the police federation, that man is a threat to Jamaica's national security. That's the kind of police that will give gunmen bullet. That's the kind of policeman who will put criminals in a vehicle And guess what? A country him come from. No disrespect. But for sure, yeah. Because it's the people were born people were born and grown in the ghetto have people who come from country where have moral compass and they have decency, ethics and honesty and truthfulness here. Nobody can come up here. And this is what these men do. So we just tell us Michael Manley wasn't a good person. And as time go by, because we come right in the election era and we have to educate the people them. As we said before, boy, this life should have started almost 3 hours ago and we can't tell you. We'll never have this amount of technical issue ever. So now we know so boy the enemies them far and wide. And this song will strengthen ourselves and make us more resilient and persistent and unwavering in what we are doing. We not stop. I know we're gonna ramp it up. Because we are telling you now, we are gonna take you now. A survivor of the top hill murder in St. Elizabeth. When Michael Manley and DK Duncan and them police them went over top hill and killed 2 little girls on our bed. Michael Manley, yes, on a favorite prime minister, was there. And you're going to hear the survivor herself. Right at top hill St. Elizabeth. You're going to hear it. So all I want to think is Michael Manley was a devil. There's no other Jamaicans. Not one. If you can show me one Jamaican who have told you before that Michael Manley is evil, tell me. I am the first and only Jamaican did it. And the reason why? Because I know the truth. You can't call evil good. Only stupid people do that. So the people that deserve the truth, it wasn't Tivoli Gardens people that shoot Bob Marley. It wasn't Jim Brown. It was a Claude Massop. It was Barrington Hamilton, a policeman who was killed. Tony Welch, Joe Brown, and Lenky Roy, PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organizers, affiliated enforcers on Concrete Jungle and Jonestown Kingston 12. And Michael Manley, the same man who Bob Marley once believed in, remove his protection and allow it to happen. That's why Bob Marley left. That's why he played football in Tivoli Gardens when he returned from England. So those of you, even Ziggy Marley, his son, if you can think, when your father returned to Jamaica, when Bob Marley returned to Jamaica, why Bob Marley never come back in a Concrete Jungle and Jonestown? And why every day him down at Tivoli Garden, all I eat with the man them, Claude Massop and Jim Brown and Ted Life and all of them. And him no come back up there. And me deal with Tony Welch and none of them. Not even Michael Manley. You know what have sense? You don't need to think. That is why his music became even more militant. Because he realized Jamaica wasn't just fighting gangs. It was fighting its own soul. So those are you who think a white man will save black people. A white man will never be a saver of black people. Never. Remember, you know, whether or not you want to believe it, you know, only a fool that believes a white man will be a saver for black people. That will never happen. Worse than them come from Britain. So this was the man, you know, that black people didn't expect to save them, you know, Michael Manley, you know. The same man, you know. On God's earth, a black man expect a white man to save black people from white man oppression. But yet, these are the same people who tell us about Michael Manley love black people. And show them where Michael Manley empower us as a people. When Michael Manley was Prime Minister, this man, when I show Angela Brown Burke's father today, that man was a wanted man. He named Jard Flash. He was an employee in the office of the Prime Minister, Antonio Brown. Them killed Ted Ogilvy. Jard Flash, that was a most wanted man. In 1993, he was in the Prime Minister office working. Yeah, man. Over here, son, if you massage people ego, you know. And when over here, tell a lie. And those who did like you don't have to like and them thing if you tell you the truth, we not stop. This are the man, the father of criminality, will destroy black people, and that's why we have this culture of killing. These are the man who will be behind the killing of Bob Marley, thousands of Jamaicans. So those black people now in Jamaica who believe say a white man, black people believe say a white man are going to save us from white man oppression. You have another guest coming because that is just madness. No matter how benevolent they may have seemed, a white man cannot and will not be the liberator of black people from oppression. No matter how benevolent, kind they may seem, a white man cannot and will not be the liberator of black people from oppression. That is a hard truth that must be etched in our minds and passed down through generation. Because true liberation cannot be outsourced. It must come from within, from those who bear the scars, feel the chain, and hear the cries of their ancestors in the very blood. So all of who are run behind the big belly white man from England, no, we say them are dummy, but them can't think. If you can think, then you know that a white man can't save you from white man oppression because he's a part of it. The only thing the white man will do is come and scam you, fool you. That's how Michael Manley did. So the history prove it. Abolition. It wasn't handed to us as black people. It was fought for by enslaved Africans who burned plantations, poisoned masters, ran for freedom, and bled for liberty. The British government, the British Empire, you know, they didn't make our ancestors of Jamaica free because them come to a Jesus moment, you know, and say, all right, them have any form of benevolence in them and say, boy, you know, so we are do all of these centuries, this wickedness, and them believe in a God that we must do right to the black people. No, it never happened like that. And millions of our ancestors died for this. So all we reach this point now, where we believe say, a white man are going to save we. Civil rights, what black people have in America, not a gift. It came through marches, beatings, assassinations, and revolts. Yes, some white allies were there, but they were never the fire, only the flicker. The real fuel was black people refusing to be silent. Independence movement in Africa and the Caribbean, they didn't come because the colonizer grew a conscience. They came because black men and women refused to bow. So on God's earth, and when I go cuss, on God's earth, black people in a 2025 believe say a white man from Britain, when them send one already and them come and destroy and leave this mess, we the culture Michael Manley imparted to us, it all infect the other part of the Caribbean. So me I talked to Uncle Dummy the other day, I have to report him to the FBI. When I try sound like Jamaican, want to be Jamaican so bad, when we as decent Jamaican are run from that culture of criminality. When I tell me say, well, if you send me address, come give him, because I'm affiliated with Tommy Lee's part of that Leroy Russell. The man involved in the disappearance of Lana, Nicky Robertson. So his story is like a 9-day wonder. We have to go revive it. We don't see no Lisa Anna, and we don't see none of them come out and say nothing. So we are telling you. So because Lana is a celebrity, like Donna Lee, nobody now come out for her. Because she a labor right. In Jamaica, I will tell you already, you know. In Jamaica, PMP don't see themselves as Jamaican. They see themselves as PMP. And you don't see one of them come out and mention, do a story about Lana. Because guess what, Lana, labor right. And labor right and police, them for dead. I just saw it go with PMP. But we at the Jamaican Young Police, and we say every Jamaican as Jamaican, PMP or labor right. Although the PMP don't see themselves as Jamaican. So the truth is this. Oppressors don't free the oppressed. The oppressed must free themselves. A white man, especially one born into privilege, bred in system of white supremacy, and taught to rule, does not have the spiritual, emotional, or ancestral connection to black struggle. He cannot feel what we feel. He cannot dream what we dream. So how can he lead a movement he doesn't truly understand? Look around today. When white politicians or white-led organizations claim to care about black issues, ask yourself, do they empower or do they pacify? Do they uplift grassroots leaders or do they use them as tokens? If you look all in America, anyway, go and see black people them in a Democrat or Republican party, them are tokens. Because them can't be honest. Like half of me now, I could never be. Yeah, I mean, that's a show you how black people stay. Because when you're black and you have a conscience, because white supremacy, if you're not the Democratic Party, you have to sell your soul. You have to sell your soul and embrace and tell them some man can become woman. In a Republican Party, you have to tell them some racism don't exist. Whilst them call you monkey and them thing, they just so it got. So damn if you do, damn if you don't. So that's why, yeah, you understand. Who are going to change it? America is always a racist country. White people on the whole are inherently racist. Not most of them, some, not all of them, but some of them. And in America, you'd say most of them, because most of them vote for Donald Trump. America is always a racist country. White people on the whole is inherently racist. That's something that will pass on to them from generation to generation. Them call black people lazy, But if you're looking at, they are the real lazy people of the world, Because them want others free them work for them. They don't want for work, so they want free labor. I just say it go. So, are they listening to black voices, or are they giving us pre-written scripts? We have seen it in Jamaica with Mark Gummy Golden, a white man parading as the voice of the people, while standing on the bones of our ancestors who were enslaved by people like him. How dare we pretend to be the face of liberation? Black liberation is black-led. We don't need a white savior. So we never need Michael Manley, but black people. Michael Manley come because Michael Manley learning the philosophy and the opinion of Marcus Garvey. What Marcus Garvey said, one thing with black people, Jamaican people. Because them prepare Michael Manley before he come to Jamaica, Marcus Garvey say, one thing with the black man, you can't give a plate of curry goat with 2 dumplings, 3 finger banana, and the curry goat bone with the curry goat. Whilst them cook the curry goat, the white man take off the meat and give black people them a bone. Marcus Garvey write that, and then give them a cup of rum. The day before election, or the day election, and when them done, they go vote for the white man. After that, they see white man again. Marcus Garvey tell the black man, say, look here, I'm not going to give you no curry goat, no 2 dumplings and 3 finger banana and a curry goat bone and a cup of rum. I'm going to make you can't eat that every day. Them say no, sir, them know that. They want it one day. So that's what Michael Manley use against them and turn Jamaican people into worthless people. Beggy, licky, and no laziness. Black people don't need no white savior. We need black clarity. We need black leadership. That's why we have Andrew Wallace. We need to trust ourselves again. Let us follow those who know our pain. Walk our streets who have walked our streets. Raise our children who are our neighbors. Share our history. And most importantly, have no escape hatch when things get tough. Because the white man can always go back to comfort. We can't. The only people who can save black people are black people who love black people. We must stand handing the mic to others and take full control of our narratives, our movement, and our destiny. No white messiah is coming. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Yeah, so I just saw it go. Right, sorry for the late start, but I'm telling you, it's not my fault. It's technical difficulties because, boy, I tell you, the people, they know I'm going to do live at all because should me go expose them whites, them white savers, sir. The white man, when them send come to Jamaica, come destroy away. And the same man who involved in the attempt assassination for them kill Bob Marley. Them don't want that's information out there. So them do everything. I tell us about it was else to go through today to have this live. But with persistence, I say boy, we're not stopping. If a devil send them come, tell them say I we them buck up on. Because we not stop fight. And we don't say it late now, and we thank you for the time for spending the time with us at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. And say boy, right here, we're just all about the truth. So we tell you who shot Bob Marley. Michael Manley play his part in it and pretend like, he was a good man. Michael Manley was the devil incarnate. Michael Manley wasn't good for us as black people. Never have and never will. So we'll name Bob Marley attackers. You have Lenky Roy, Joe Brown, Lenky Roy with his Turnerball brother. And look here, and Lenky Roy's sister, that a Carol Douglas, Willie I got baby mother. She can't come tell me. Yeah, I mean she have a number. I'll even Lenky Roy boy. Him can call and tell me. Yeah, him have a number. Dwayne Douglas can call and say, boy, oh, my father never involved in a shooting a Bob Marley, you know, and tell you who shoot. Because one thing with you love to protect your father and say your father a good criminal. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know where you learn that, but you have good criminal. There's no good criminal. You understand? Because criminal are people who break the law. That is what criminals do. You understand? Michael Manley is always and will always be evil. Michael Manley, the only thing that Michael Manley imparted to us as a people is nothing but evil. Michael Manley legacies live on to this day. Wickedness. Michael Manley that. Michael Manley pretends he loved black people. No, but he didn't. Because Michael loved black people, Michael Manley would make sure that education was paramount. It's in a lexicon of all black people. And encourage you to read. Give with the book and not the gun. No, Michael Manley, give with the gun and refuse from giving us the book. As I say over here, so most people don't want the truth, you know. They don't really want the truth, you know. They want constant reassurance of what they believe is the truth. As I say right here, Jamaica Young Police Channel, you see it, nobody will come over here, you know. See it? The unpleasant truths. And that's how it go. But we not stop tell the people the truth, because only the truth can set you free. Nothing else or nothing. We as a people, we have to continue to fight for this. And by telling the people the truth, that's how it is, you understand? Yeah, so everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is as perspective, not the truth. Good night to one and all. Yes, all right, Leon, well, hopefully you can hear us. Winston Williams, yeah man, even my sister. Larry, good evening, I'm here. And what you are saying about the PMP is a tremendous lie. You don't just know your history. In the day of slavery, you would be known as a house slave. Stop telling lies on Michael Manley. For chopping up, I want to know still though. You can't give pies for drink and until you see somebody else out there. You see me read out your comment. I'm sure you say I'm afraid for deal with the truth. Michael, you don't know Michael Manley. I know Michael Manley. Michael Manley lift me up 3 times. I am from a place in a Jones Town named Big Yard. You know, a 2 cents you have. Nothing eat it and go in a fire. Michael Manley was the devil incarnate. Michael Manley was not a man who loved black people. Only thing Michael Manley loved was power. And if you for chopping up, a 2 cents you have. I'm telling you already, 2 cents, nothing eat it and go in a fire. Because you don't have no sense. Period. You keep Michael Manley and a team some Manley spell. And look here, during slavery, I would be one of them who would not be a house slave. You would be a house slave because you're a parrot you're a parrot. Michael Manley came from white privilege. Michael Manley never had no sleeve jeans in him. Michael Manley born in England just like Mark Gummy Beer Golden. But so black people stay and love the white man. And you expect white people to come save you. Why poor you? Sorry for you. You understand? And just a decent, honest, and well-thinking Jamaicans can save Jamaicans and Jamaica from people like you. In next election, that is when the people have to choose. For those of you who joining us, tonight, thanks for your time. And we really appreciate, you spending time with us at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. And as usual, nothing beat the truth, You understand? Nothing beat the truth. And the truth will always win. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.